I learned a lot. What I've seen so far is I wasn't really aware of what the IUCN was. I knew about World Conservation Congress. I've heard WCC before, but not too much IUCN. And what I've learned a lot is that IUCN takes action. I learned that we're not just all about talk. You know, there's these amazing forums and people are talking about conservation of the ocean, of plants, of animals. And then it's not just that, it's taking action and making moves and doing all of passing these motions to better the world. And I think that's what I've learned the most, is that it's, you know, we have all of these people coming together and we're not just thinking it, but we're acting it as well, which is a big part of our class goal, is for us to not just think, but to act, you know, for conservation and for nature. For the IUCN, it's only 10 days and I've been doing interviews every single day, multiple interviews every single day. I'm turning on the camera like a million times a day. I'm editing so much more, and I'm writing stories and talking to all these people, and I'm really just thrown out in the field, and I've gotten so much more experience learning that than I have in all my other journalism courses doing all of these projects. And what the best part is that I'm with my two professors that are just so experienced, and I get to watch them and how they do how they approach the interviews and how they approach the camera work and how they approach the editing and all of this. So I get to learn not just as a student in a classroom setting and seeing a professor up on a whiteboard. I get to learn sitting right next to my professor and, you know, just getting to see what they do and their recommendations. And we're working every single day and for such long hours, and our class schedule is Tuesday and Fridays, and that's obviously, since the IUCN, we've been together every single day. So I've been learning every single minute that I've been here, and I'm just getting so much experience. To me, it's a lot better to just be thrown out there than to be doing the projects, you know, like every 5 weeks or every 6 weeks or something like that, because the more hands-on experience we got, the better we got and the easier it looked. And so we only had 2 weeks before the IUCN started, or 2 or 3 weeks before the IUCN started of practice. And I think that by the time the IUCN came around, we weren't perfect. We made our mistakes while we were out in the field, and we're like, oh, next time we should do this. And then that next time came around and we're like, oh, wow, next time we should do that. So every time was a whole different learning experience, but it was great because we all were able to just kind of skyrocket. We went from ground zero for some of us to just being able to edit, which I think is crazy. Editing for me is still just a huge struggle, but we've all been able to just get in there and learn, and the hands-on experience is worth so much more than just the professor telling us what to expect, which is kind of what a lot of the classes do is, oh, when you're out in the field, you're gonna blah, blah, blah. But when we're over here and I see Misa doing an interview, I can kind of take notes. Just, you know, she's just doing, I walk in, I see you're doing an interview, and I'm like, oh, wow, like she tracked this person down. Or when I'm looking at Patricia and she grabs her camera for like the perfect moment and she's getting all these angles, I'm thinking, wow, like, I don't see a professor do this in a classroom because we're not in an outdoor, or we're not in the field where they're gonna just jump at the moment, you know? So it takes a lot for me to just soak it in and see what they're doing and kind of mimic it myself.